Hi, I'm Cameron. It's been a little while. The it's been a little while isn't a part of the intro. I realize I've been saying it more and more recently, but the reality of it is that I've just been busy with things. And in the process of being busy with things, I've started to realize something that I never thought I would actually ever experience in my entire life. And that is being bored. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've been kind of bored recently. I'm at a point to where I'm comfortable. I don't have these extreme depressive panic attacks anymore like I used to. Every other video on this channel isn't me saying I'm giving up or I hate something. Despite that, we still get people coming and telling me nobody cares, which is funny. I always appreciate when people comment that because it still helps the algorithm, so kudos to you guys. But it's not even just the extreme things. It's like the little things don't bother me anymore. I think some people moved in, or they just like being louder than they used to, and them banging stuff around doesn't make me mad like it would have back when I was in college. There's a funny dog barking outside my window right now, and it doesn't really infuriate me like the old man that I used to be would be infuriated by it. Things don't bother me on the same level that they used to. I don't get upset as easily as I used to. And I know that this is just an extension of that maturity, that adulthood that we talked about in the last couple of videos. Something that somebody commented on one of the videos really stuck with me, where it was something to the extent of what I'm experiencing now is just called being an adult. It's just called growing up. And different people approach that on different levels and they arrive at that in different ways. And that doesn't make them less in any way, it just makes them different. And I think a part of that process for me is realizing that I'm at that level to where I'm like, I'm good. I'm just good. But being just good is also boring. I spent so much time hating myself and always building towards this grand tomorrow, being like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pierce the heavens or something. I'm gonna be the best guy ever. And now my day to day is like I go to work, I have a perfectly fine normal day. I talk to my coworkers, I talk to customers, and then I walk home. I have chicken and rice, and I watch an episode of The Sopranos or something. Started watching The Sopranos. It's okay so far. I like it. Watching X-Files too. Now that, mwah, ooh, I really like X-Files. But these are basic, normal, routine things I do every single day. And for someone like me who used to live in such extremes, having a normal routine is really weird for me to be used to. Genuinely. And I had a reminder of the way that things used to be recently as well. I found out that a friend of mine ended up being at least an acquaintance with someone that I knew almost 10 years ago. Now, for those of you who aren't deeply immersed in the Cameron lore, I don't really know many people. I don't stay in contact with people. I don't have really any friends aside from like 3 or 4 bros for life homies who are thick as blood and would die for me. I hope. Please die for me if you're watching this. We're locked in on that. You got my back. We got it. So that there would be somebody who would coincidentally know someone that I used to know from an extremely, completely different, long time ago period of my life, it shook me. It genuinely made me start shaking because of how scared I was about it. And you know what? Nothing happened. Nothing. There was no grand extreme. There wasn't some great conspiracy that I used to have to deal with. These very serious problems that used to define me as a person don't affect me anymore. They don't even exist anymore. Any attempts at starting them result in nothing because I just don't care. I literally don't have the time to get involved in stupid crap anymore. I really don't. And it's just a strange feeling. I don't have some big revelation to describe how this feels or anything like that. It's just getting used to being okay is probably the hardest part of the whole ordeal. The whole struggle of getting to be happy, of having nice things, of being not in the red every single day, of not feeling like, oh, this is my last day of work, it's all over, or everybody I know is going to stab me in the back. Those people are gone. I'm past those shitty jobs to something that I don't hate. And at this point, it's trying to deal with the boredom that comes from that familiarity, of realizing that I have that safety net and I'm not in a bad place anymore. And I've been trying to do that by making those videos with my books and everything. But I'm going to be honest, reading a lot of these old books, I'm kind of starting to feel that same sense of sameness. Same sense of sameness, that's a funny sentence. But it's almost disappointing in a way when I approach this, because it's like, these are the greats. This is how you, like, find out something about yourself. And for a lot of these books, it's ideas I've been exposed to through cultural osmosis at some point or another, or it's just a normal, everyday thought that I assumed was a normal thing to think. I mean, it's like when we read To Kill a Mockingbird in high school, and the teacher told us that book was more important than the Bible, and it had a greater cultural impact than the Bible. Not only was she full of shit, I don't think that a random book is a little bit more important than, Big Papa G's Truth to the World, But it's like, wow, racism's bad. What a revelation, guys. Really got to be taught that at the age of 17. Really, that really never came up at any point in my life. And then we completely glaze over, like, the rest of what the book is about. It's not just racism's bad, but that's the only thing you're presented in a, educational sense. I mean, when I read Crime and Punishment, I was like, yeah, I shouldn't be lazy. I, shouldn't justify doing horrible things to other people for my own shortcomings to be cleared. Like, wow, I didn't need to read a 500 book about schizos to figure that one out. But the process of engaging with that isn't to necessarily unlock some secret truth, but to just get some different perspective on that. In the same way that I'm sure for a lot of you who are engaging with a video that's presented like this, you're not necessarily looking to learn some new secret truth about yourself, but you're more so looking for validation or a sense of familiarity that what you're going through isn't necessarily exclusive to you and your suffering isn't singular. If anything, that's the reason why I'm making this video. If I didn't feel like there was somebody listening to this right now who felt the same way I did, I wouldn't be saying it. And at that same time, by presenting this like this, that opens the door to the possibility that there are people who do understand how I'm feeling, who know more about it than I do, who can then tell me about it, and then I can learn more. And then I can tell you about it. And then it just keeps circling in and out. And I really like that. So if this is just going to continue as like a video diary thing, or a video journal, because I'm a man, diaries for wusses. If you're a girl, it's okay, and if you're a guy and you have a diary, it's okay. I have one too. I write in it every day. It's very therapeutic. And in the same way, it's like having a diary that you share with everybody, and it's an outlet. It's an outlet to have these videos too. Then sometimes I just put them on in the background and I listen to what I'm saying, and the amount of times where I go, well, I feel differently about things now, even just compared to videos that I made only a few months ago, is a really awesome thing, because it shows that constant progress. And if I'm, even without realizing it, in that state of constant progress, always getting better, then to that extent, this sense of boredom, this sense of familiarity is eventually going to pass as well. I'm going to find some new challenge that's going to reignite that drive to continue to be better, and I'm going to end up moving in directions that I never would have expected. I've already done that. The past 5 or 6 months of my life has been nothing but a pivot in a direction I would have never expected I was going to be moving in. And yet I'm better off for it. There's empirical, I don't know if that's the right word for it. It sounded smart. Empirical is the opposite. There is evidence that you can see right now in all the other videos on this channel. There is visible, clear evidence that indicates that I have made a significant progress. And I set out to do that. We're doing pretty good. It's been almost a year at this point since I quit my job. I think I'll do a big anniversary. It's been a year since I quit my job. Here's what I learned. Maybe. We'll see. Either way, I'm going to keep reading books. I'm going to keep talking about it. Yeah. Always feel free to let me know what you guys want to hear about. I always love hearing your guys' thoughts, and I always appreciate you sticking around every time. The number of subscribers always goes up with every video, so I usually look forward to that. Except every now and then it's like, I'll put out a new video, and then it'll drop by like 2 or 3, and I'm like, it was a bad video. But then it just equals back out again like a day or 2 later, and it's like up by 1. So there's always new people, and I always appreciate the fact that you guys stick around, and we like having these conversations, because I enjoy it. So that's everything for me. My rice and chicken is going to be done soon. I have it in my rice cooker, and I have it in my crock pot over there in my kitchen. I've thought about doing like a apartment tour or something. I don't know if that'd be something anybody would care about seeing, so let me know. Let me know. Always open to suggestion, but I'm doing good. That's all I got for now. I'll see you next time I think of something to talk about, guys. Peace.